Brad, welcome to the year 10,000. BC.
What happens in the year 10,000?
There's snow, there's clubs, there's my kitty cat.
In the year 10,000.
Feed a little meat here. Yeah.
Some nice fur.
Thank you.
Some furry looking fur. You're bonding with your animal.
Yeah. That's one of the things you can do in Far Cry Primal.
Does that do anything?
I don't know.
Are you raising a buddy meter or anything?
I don't know. I don't think so. This is, it's full price PS4. This is the PS4 version of the game. It's also on Xbox One and PC.
Yes.
And so it's a Far Cry game without the guns.
Okay.
Without the weapons, so it's Far Cry rewound back to 10,000 BC and the sorts of things you would have at your disposal as a cave dweller.
Such as a club.
A bow and arrow, perhaps.
Okay. All right.
Spears.
Some form of projectile weapons.
Yeah. Hunter vision. Things you would have in the year 10,000 BC.
Some ugly business going on.
A friendly owl,
some ugly business
which you
going on down there.
can use to, survey the world and tag things in a Far Cry-like manner. You can also upgrade your owl to drop like bee bombs and stuff.
It's just like rolling around with a store of beehives.
It's like a bag full of bees.
Okay.
You can throw at people to make them angry or distracted, I guess.
What the thing?
By hunt it, do you mean walk over and kill it?
I mean, yeah, sure.
All right.
Does that do anything for you?
Yeah.
Or you just...
This game is, previous Far Cry games have had plenty of crafting and all that other stuff. This game has even more of that.
Sick your buddy on him.
That's right. He's trying to run.
This guy knows when to run away from a fight. Man.
So we can actually kind of track the blood trail in the hunter vision here.
That's kind of neat.
Uh-oh.
Is that a rival tribe?
Yeah, not anymore.
Jesus. Okay.
Headshot. With a spear. Spear headshot.
Did that say heat beast?
Heel beast.
Heel beast, sorry. Misread that.
I don't know where that... Okay, well, we could maybe... Yeah, let's follow up here. We'll eventually find it. I want my spear back, damn it. Oh. No, it's... All right. Fuck you.
Headshot.
Headshot.
Like a kind of a snout shot.
Yeah, and I got my spears back, and we got a cave lion skin. I've turned off the skinning animation, which you can do.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, all the crafting, like the gathering stuff. So plants.
Every game should have that.
You can just turn off all the big, slow, dumb animation, which is a great addition.
Yes.
Because this game is way more about this stuff than previous Far Cry games. Like it really takes it to extremes. Like if I'm up in the north, I get North Cedar. If I'm down in the south, I get South Stone. And
so way more mats.
Way more mats to collect. Let's have a little more meat there, buddy.
He's into it.
Yeah. So you tame these animals by actually, you craft bait out of the meat.
Okay.
And then remember in Far Cry 4, you could throw out the bait and then kill the animal. Well, now you can just walk up and hit tame.
And it just happens?
Yeah, and it's just kind of, you hold your hands out, go shh, shh, and eventually it's yours. And then it gets added to this menu, so we can actually, I can call in my Jaguar friend that has a full stealth meter. You see they have different stats. So, if I'm assaulting an outpost or something like that, stealth is useful, but it's weak in strength, so, that's not the most useful thing. And you have to upgrade this. So, I don't have the upgrades to actually tame cave bears yet. But that's, again, like they have taken the elements of Far Cry, blown out stuff where it makes sense, and basically kept it exactly the same.
So fewer weapons, more crafting.
Well, yeah, sort of, but there are a lot of weapons.
Well,
but it's bow, club, spear.
More limited in scope,
sting
I guess.
bomb.
Yeah.
It's a bag full of angry bees, which I have actually not used yet because you just don't need to. Because I can just throw a spear in someone's face, and that's That makes them more than mad.
Yeah.
Ooh, we can hold more spears because I got 4 cave lion skins.
Who are these different people over here? Are these vendors or?
There's a village aspect to this game where you raise your population. Remember in Far Cry 4 we had the missions where like you'd see like a prisoner being led through just the open world?
Yeah, just like ambient event.
Yeah, so that ambient event is there, and now when you complete it, you get 1 more person for your village. But these people are specifically like special villagers that when you get them, they unlock abilities.
Okay, gotcha.
And that's kind of story-driven stuff. You know, I've completed what is the equivalent of like the first fortress.
Okay.
Basically.
So, man, just all the greatest hits of
totally.
Far Cry
It is almost every single thing here maps back to Far Cry 3 and 4.
Yeah.
They've taken out like the progression stuff, like the meter or the page that says here's how many of these things you've completed.
Wait.
Versus how many there are.
Why did they take that out? What?
I don't know.
You're saying they just don't expose the stats anymore?
Yeah. Their big stats number is not there anymore.
Seems like a weird thing to. Okay, sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. But you know, maybe there's something like back in the village where you can kind of maybe get a similar vibe, get a similar thing. But let's go back to the village and take a look at it.
Was that the whole map?
No.
Or is there like way more to reveal?
It seems like it's a large world. But yeah, we'll fast travel back to the village so you can kind of get a look at that. But it's, you know, you basically some of your abilities are locked behind you having these specific villagers that you get over the course of the story. But then there's also kind of a second level to that where you have to build them a hut. And then you can actually upgrade their hut. So this is my cave. I am Takar. And if I had 3 more badger skins, and again, badgers are assholes the same way they have been in the previous games.
Yes, that's a universal truth.
In the exact same way.
Yeah.
Even in 10,000 BC, these badgers were still fuckers. If I had that, I could upgrade my cave. But you just get more XP for that, which is, you know, that's useful, but you know, it's not like it's not like I'm getting more stuff. So if I upgrade this hut, then I get more food recipes and rare items in my reward stash. Basically, as you raise your population, that is one of the menus that's in here. As you raise your population, you get certain bonuses. And now I get 3 bags of resources sent to my reward stash every day.
Exciting.
But then that's stuff like, you know, the gathering, the materials. So we'll just kind of like, you know, wood and stuff will show up in this thing.
Just a little bit less scrounging you have to do yourself.
Yeah, but only slightly less because so far the only things that have shown up in here are things that I get in abundance, you know. So, but here I use some of my meat, so let's take a little more. And you can't like store things back in this. So it's not like I can go like collect 500 slate on my own. My pack is full. I can take things out of the stash into my pack. It'll keep accumulating in the stash every day, but you can't really, it doesn't seem like you can, you know, transfer things back. Let's see, just come back and take things. Yeah, it's just extra resources and items are stored here, so I can't actually put things in here, which I think is weird. But there you go. There are some missions that'll happen here, but you know, like I said, like a lot of stuff maps right back to Far Cry. So this guy is kind of the mystic dude, and he does your drug trip equivalent missions. And I have one of those that I've been saving.
Oh, good.
And by saving, I mean like kind of avoiding because like it's. But so these have been better than the previous games.
I mean, like I didn't hate them in the past, but they were definitely not the strongest part of those games.
Yeah, well, in some ways, this whole game feels like one of those because it's like which, you know, hey, for better or worse, right? Because it's, hey, you're in this other world or whatever, right? But this guy is kind of fun to see, and you'll be able to hear some of the dialogue.
Whoa, man. Yikes. Jeez, that guy's had a rough time.
He's fine.
What the?
Here, have my gum.
Oh, man. God, that's grisly.
Okay, so maybe this isn't a drug trip mission. The previous one I got from him was. Where you just basically had like an abalone shell full of blood and eyeballs that I drank, and then I started freaking out.
I've watched you play a little bit of this off and on over your shoulder, and I don't think I love the... Whoa,
oh, well,
jeez.
See you,
wow,
dude.
well, okay. This guy's bedside manner could use a little work.
He's a doctor.
Yeah.
He makes adjustments to the human spine.
Well, actually, some of what I'm seeing here is a little bit more kind of robust. I was gonna say, I've like some of the very primitive style of the writing has kind of rubbed me the wrong way when I've been watching you play it.
Yeah.
Like a lot of it, some of the characters I've seen are like one step up from like Tarzan style, just kind of.
Yeah, there's definitely like a me Tarzan vibe to some of the subtitles, for sure, which is.
I don't know.
It gets thin. It gets old fast.
Yeah.
But also,
like just write a story. You know, like they have a language, just let them use it.
So I
don't know.
kind of feel, and I'm 7.5 hours in. Let's see if we can get a general sense of the size of the world. So that's the bottom
are you
left.
just assuming the map's straight? Well, you can kind of see it there through the.
Yeah. I mean, this won't all be full, but yeah, you can kind of.
Yeah, you can. Wow, yeah, it looks like a pretty big map. Maybe roughly like the size of the map in 4.
Yeah, perhaps. And so, like I said, I kind of beat the first fortress. I think there's one more, based on kind of some of the menus that haven't filled in and that sort of stuff. There is a progression, but I hesitate to call it a story.
Huh.
It's like you're alone. You're a Wenja. You're looking for the rest of the Wenja. You find one woman, and then you start to rebuild the Wenja here in this mystical land. And there are other tribes that don't like that, and they want to stop you. So far, that's kind of been it. And so it feels like a Far Cry game where it's all all the content feels like side content.
Yeah.
Because the vast majority of it is, which is not that different from previous Far Cry games. But like the narrative or the characters, like all that stuff has been really flat and really dull.
That's a shame. Like I thought the story in 4 was pretty good.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like you come back to the village to get some additional missions and stuff like that from time to time, but like I said, it's just been kind of boring.
It's also not been that long since there was a Far Cry game. It's been, It was like, what was it, November 2014, right?
Yeah.
So it's like just a little over a year.
Yeah.
And then presumably like a Far Cry 5 is in the works.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Like this feels like something that, I need 5 more North clay and I can build this guy a hut. He's one of the enemy, but he's going to teach us how to make crazy stink grenades or something, poison something or other. I had to beat the shit out of him, and now he's in this cage. But we're going to build him a hut because he seems like a nice enough guy. But we just need that North clay. So that guy just gave us the other dude just gave us a mission, which is out here somewhere. Gosh.
It's a busy map.
Yeah, dude.
There's a lot of icons to go through.
You can filter.
I'm sure you can filter them out, yeah. But still, like that's just, oof. It's a lot to parse.
Let's go take an outpost.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of was curious. I mean, obviously the outposts are sort of the backbone of the Far Cry experience, but
yeah,
in a world where there aren't really houses as such, and like there aren't.
Well, there are huts. And,
I guess
fires
I guess there are basically analogs in this prehistoric context for most of the things you need to make a Far Cry game. But like there's no.
Yeah.
There's not going to be any snipers or guys with
Yeah, the longbow is kind of your.
Not much in the way of ranged weapons. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'll be curious to see how they implement that stuff.
So far, the outpost stuff has not been as satisfying as it was in Far Cry in 3 and 4.
Right.
Kill the invading leader. Okay, so we have a little ambient event here.
I already thought the okay. I already thought the outposts in 4 were somewhat less satisfying than the ones in 3, just by virtue of having done them so much.
Oh, sure. Yeah, so it's one of those things where it's like, by the end of Far Cry 4, I really felt like I had my fill.
Yeah. Like, I love both of those games, but like they hit on a great formula, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like one you can iterate in perpetuity.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
Well, some shit fucking went down over here, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. That guy's on fire for some reason.
Yeah.
It's not important. He'll just burn.
Oof.
Bye. I need to actually loot the leaders for this to complete, so we'll just do that real quick.
Pretty savage.
Yeah, I mean, you're really fucking shit up here.
Bludgeoning people in the face and having your giant cat maul people.
Giant cat will maul people on its own.
Okay.
You don't necessarily have to order it every time.
Oof, yeah, this is brutal and wow, what is he still? This is a death rattle.
Yeah.
Coming out there.
All right, that might have just been physics being physics.
Animation bug on his mouth or something.
I don't know, but yeah. Earlier in the game, not to just to talk openly about all the cutscenes, but a man peed on me.
Yeah.
A lot.
While you were at the bottom of a pit, if I remember.
Yeah. In a way that was way more explicit than I expected from a video game, to be honest.
Disrespectful. Did you do what needed to be done?
No, he's back in my village now.
Oh,
we're
he
cool.
did not.
We're cool.
He did not get what was coming to him.
No. All right.
It seems well put together, like it,
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, they're building on the base of Far Cry and just kind of playing around with like how big some systems are versus some other systems. So these little missions on the map are those ambient side things are now kind of showing up on the map in a lot of ways.
Oh, so those are just going to be there.
Escort missions.
Okay.
There are some that still just seem like they're just showing up, but it could be that I'm just happening upon them in the world too. But
before they would just kind of spawn on you.
Yeah, and you'll some of the skill upgrades do things like are better at revealing those events on your map from a greater distance and stuff like that. You've got a whole tree of owl powers. Dropping bombs. Better at tagging. You got your taming stuff up here. The owl is on cooldown if you have it kill people, but if they're wearing bone masks, you can't have the owl kill them at all. Food boosts. A lot of the same stuff you've seen in previous games. Heavy takedown, chain takedowns. But some of it's like crafting, because you have to craft your weapons. So the weapons come, and that's actually really easy. So like I'm short on spears. You see, it just takes hardwood, flint, and animal hide. There, now we have 3 spears. Now we have 4. It's real straightforward. You can set your weapons on fire.
Okay.
Which is good if it's dark, or you want to start a fire. Or actually, I wonder if I can just start.
Will that just
fire?
Will that just burn forever? Nice. Okay. What that? That was not much of a fire.
I have happened upon larger fires than that in this game, but I don't know that I can start them necessarily.
Remember when Far Cry 2 came out and like the fact that fire would just burn and burn was like a huge selling point?
Yeah, and then didn't they kind of like strip it down from? Because I remember in the preview phase they were like, "Yeah, man, the whole island might just burn." I don't know.
Obviously,
and then for gameplay purposes, they were like, "Hey, that's actually like a bad experience."
But it was still pretty rampant in that game. Like it feels like every game they've put out in the series has walked that back to the point that like fire's not really a thing anymore.
Yeah. It's a cool concept, but it doesn't necessarily make the game better, I guess, right? I don't know.
I did enjoy like watching entire fields burn in 3 and stuff. Though.
Oh, in 3, yeah. Because those just had missions. I mean, you just got a flamethrower in that thing.
Yeah. I think I don't know. I mean, granted, I haven't played this one yet, but I feel like my misgivings about the story aside, I think 3 is still my favorite experience I've had with a Far Cry game.
Yeah. I mean, I would say I think that 4 is a better game.
It
than 3,
is a better game,
but 3 did it first.
Yes.
So
yes. 3 was where they kind of hit on like the formula that I wanted out of this series.
Yeah. And it doesn't, again, I'm 7 hours in, so I'd be surprised if this was like some kind of like later reveal. But it looks like there's no co-op here.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
This game, what this game feels like to me is like someone looked at, it feels like if someone took Blood Dragon and tried to make it into a full-length game.
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, here's this concept that we have that kind of twists what you expect from Far Cry a little bit. And actually, I'm kind of feeling like this game is like, again, I'm like, 20% complete, 7.5 hours in, something like that. Ooh. Like, I kind of feel like it's overstaying its welcome a little bit.
Yeah,
I kind of feel like I want to move on.
Looking at that map, looking at just all the crafting, all the skill, like it almost seems like too much of a good thing kind of thing to me.
Yeah, I guess, but it just feels like it's very samey from mission to mission.
Right,
like I'm just kind of doing the same stuff over and over again, and it hasn't really been
like,
especially difficult.
Yeah,
let's kill this guy.
Okay. Well, that worked.
Yeah. And they get a little weird about it, but not that weird because they didn't see me. And that owl, you see, my owl is on cooldown now. Hey, buddy.
I never actually played Blood Dragon. I had awful problems with it on the PC, like not saving my progress.
Oh, sure. That seems like an awful problem.
And now I actually can't start a new game in it. I've tried.
Weird.
Yeah, it's super messed up with cloud saves or something. Anyway, it's short, right? Like, wasn't that a pretty concise experience?
Yeah.
Like it sounds like that game did not overstay its welcome, right?
Right. No. And honestly, by the end of that, like I definitely didn't feel like I wanted to do every single piece of side content in that game.
Right.
But yeah. I don't know. That's my feeling on this so far. And there's been some tooltips that have hinted at things that I haven't seen at all yet.
Like major things, or
like I'm guessing that eventually someone's going to be a scientist of sorts and invent the hang glider.
Oh, okay. You mean like a prehistoric scientist?
Yeah. Yes.
Not a
not
takes
an
place in the
actual-
Animus
no,
or something kind of thing.
No.
Not a bait and switch.
Though that would be fun in another weird way.
That would make me want to play this.
So the horns are the alarms, and the guys with the horns also can sound a horn-like alarm to get more people over here.
Makes
Our
sense.
owl is done owling, so maybe I'll kill one of these horn guys.
Yeah, get your owl on. Will the owl alert other guys if they see it, or?
They'll get a little weird, but they won't like sound the alarm or anything like that. Okay, these guys are wearing helmets, so I can't actually owl them. But that guy can. Later.
I'm trying to remember. Don't tell me. I'm trying to remember what the lightning bolt meant in 4. It's not quite coming to me. Is it the same thing?
I forget. Yeah, probably. I forget. Also.
I want to say that was a charger.
Whoa. Okay, well.
Exact same threat indicator.
Yep.
Whoa. Man.
He's cool. I can, my controls with him, or I can send him out to attack. I can actually use the owl to set a waypoint for my cat as well. But he'll eventually come back to me, or I can actually call him back. You know, I might just wait for this owl to cool down one more time, and actually I should try and slip back up around that way again and get these guys with the horns. That would be nice. Actually, the spear is more fun. The spear is more fun because it throws guys. Like there's some, you hit them with some force and they fly off cliffs and shit. Because you can jab it out or you can just throw it. You can even throw the clubs and stuff too. But the combat's been fun specifically because I can do dumb shit like this.
Oh, there it is. And then you could just make another spear.
Yeah,
like on the spot.
But I can go get it from him also. Also, I have 4 spears, so I don't necessarily need one right this second.
I had kind of bob and weave going on there.
Yeah. This guy's like, I don't know, nothing. That guy's just pretty much a civilian. Like he'll set off the base,
but he's not a threat.
He's not a fighter.
Okay.
All right, so those appear to be our mobile alarms. Let's see. And there is that one horn right there that I should really take care of, but I need to get up close. Actually, I probably don't need to get up close. I bet I can throw a spear at it from a distance or something like that. And handle. Oh, there's that the last guy. Yeah. Okay. Well, double XP.
All right. Sure. Okay.
So yeah, your tribe comes and fills up the base, and
now you can spawn here.
And
or fast travel
now
here.
I can fast travel here, and Far Cry outpost stuff.
Yeah, like a Far Cry does.
Like a Far Cry does. So yeah, it's one of those weird things where I'm enjoying the combat just because of how fucking raw it is.
Sure.
Like there's a good feel to it in terms of like just throwing a spear through a boar's fucking face.
Right.
And that sort of stuff.
Just in general, like the range is a lot shorter than it was with the gun games,
Yeah, definitely.
You just have to get right up in people's faces.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I have the longbow, which is better range than the bow you start with, but even that it's not like some huge amount of zoom. So it does force you. It seems like it forces you to get a little more up close and personal. And it's possible that there is a more late game upgrades to that stuff, but most of that stuff is already. Actually, I want to say all that stuff is already on the menu, so maybe not. I guess double bow is the next one, and that just shoots two arrows at once.
That sounds useful.
I guess. I don't know. Just don't miss. But you know, belts for holding more stuff. The individual weapons here can be upgraded. So this is a level 3 club. If I get some rare south, so yeah, a lot of the crafting resources have rare variants that will just occasionally drop when you loot a resource node. And then there are upgrades in the skills that cause more of those to show up than normal. I guess I have some points here, huh? Find resources too. Yeah, I'm kind of honestly tired of the resource gathering stuff. So lately I've been speccing in that direction to just get more of it per node, just to make it take a little less time. Is that a mammoth? A mammoth?
I thought I heard that you could ride those things. Is that the case?
Totally.
I want to see that.
I mean, you can ride elephants before.
Oh, right, sure. Yeah.
So it's just that.
It's just the same thing.
Oh, this is an adult mammoth.
Yeah,
we can't. It's too big. I don't think we can ride this one. I think this one's too big. I think this one's too big.
That's a large animal.
I think this one's too big. I think we're in trouble.
It's a sizable animal.
Okay, so my cat's dead.
Oh boy.
I can heal it with meat, which I can actually start the animation and then immediately run away.
Oh boy.
Well, fuck it.
That thing is mad. Does this have the raw-ass healing animations?
Yes, but I have meat. Meat is your kind of default heal, and I can hold 32 meat, which is a lot of fucking meat.
That's a lot of meat.
And you know, like I need it to heal my cat. I need it to heal myself.
So you're not necessarily like resetting your own broken fingers all the time.
Not all the time, but yes, you can do that.
There is some of that.
That is referred to as primitive heal. So I just kind of revive the cat. And use that to distract my prey here while I just fucking wail away with this.
Oh boy! Oh, you're almost
somewhat upgraded club.
Oh boy!
See that? I hate when that happens. The heal completed as I got hit, and I died with 3 bars of health. That's bullshit.
Yeah, that happened in 4 a lot too. Like the animation took so long that you would and you'd continue taking damage while you're in the process of the heal animation.
Oops. Well, I'm on fire. Well, that's fine though. We won't go fight that mammoth again. But let's just get whatever resources are here. If your animals die and you basically that starts a timer that you can get up to them and just feed them 1 meat to get them back up. But if you fuck up and they actually die, like this one is, I think I could go tame another cave lion to get one, or I can spend 2 red leaves here to revive it. And here it comes. Everything's fine.
Man, this is just a video game.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Just like 18 different types of currency and like...
I got my North Clay, so we can go back and upgrade Karush's hut. Oh, wait. Oh, we can also... Actually, we want the North Clay to build Da's hut. Let's go build Da's hut. Yeah, it's just the lack of... I feel like, you know, the characters that are here are pretty interchangeable and not that interesting. I think it's like there's like a real noble effort to kind of doing what they're doing with language.
Yeah.
But at some point, it also it's kind of detracts from the game at this point, or detracts from like me feeling any attachment to any of these characters.
Right.
Like I just don't care. They're all just empty mission givers, you know.
Is there any overt reference at all to this taking place in our world, like in our own history?
So at the beginning of the game, something pops up and says 2016, and you hear like modern-sounding noises.
What?
You know, phones ringing, blah blah blah, and then as it starts to rewind, you know, it gets to like the 1700s. You hear period-appropriate sounds, and then it just starts rewinding further and further back,
super fast, and then
yeah.
Okay,
and
so,
stops
so,
at
they,
10,000.
so they literally do put a date on it then.
Yes.
Okay.
So you could potentially take that to mean it takes place in our universe, but depending on your interpretation of those sounds. So I built this guy's hut, and he's one of the Udam, which is an enemy tribe, so that's why he's in that cage. But now he's got his own hut. That's nice of us. Oh, so to continue his story, I need to upgrade his hut to level 2. That's kind of a weird concept, but let's see what mission we get now.
What up, Da?
Yes.
Jeez.
Fuck yeah.
Da does not mess around.
It's just another Thursday around my place. He's got the skull fires.
What's that about?
He's just got a headache, man. They haven't invented fucking aspirin yet. Yeah, no problem. Absolutely. Let's fucking do this.
Get some
of course.
full-on, what is it, some trepanation or something?
Yeah. Oh, come on.
Relieve the pressure.
This is the thing that you're gonna not show.
Oh.
This is where you draw the fucking line.
Man.
That's Tanagra.
Kapalpur sasa. Na kwaita haita.
I feel like the one piece of writing I've really enjoyed. Well, there's two pieces. One, the guy that pees on you calls you piss man for the rest of the game, and him calling his headaches skull fires.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Shas. Kanhi.
He's got to get that dust, kid.
Tuta. Shas kani waidam.
These cutscenes look nice.
Yeah.
Nice looking lighting and stuff. I mean, nothing about this looks bad. Like,
yeah,
it looks like it's well made. It's just,
you know, they're building off of like a very proven template, and they're taking it in a different direction to where, you know, the moment to moment action feels different, but at the same time, it's still like, okay, well, where are the badgers? Yeah. Where are I need these skins. You know, we need to go, I need a rare lion skin, so we have to go where the lions are and look for one that's colored differently. Yeah. You know, like them kind of doubling down on these like rare animals and rare resources even just feel like it adds like an extra layer of like, well, I just need to sit out here and fucking grind these resources and hope that the rare stuff drops.
Just a lot of busy work.
Yeah, the whole game, like the bulk of the game so far has felt like that kind of busy work.
Right. And I enjoy these games, but it took me 4 or 5 months to plink away at Far Cry 4 until I finally finished it, because I just would mess with it for just off and on as I was playing other games. I'd come back to it because it's just so dense with stuff to do.
And I would absolutely recommend that is the way to play a Far Cry game. Me having put 7.5 hours into it over the past couple of days, like I'm kind of bored.
Yeah.
Kind of bored.
It's a good way to burn out on it, I think.
Especially because I obsessed over Far Cry 4 and 3 as well. So, you know, I've done a lot of this stuff in their past 2 games and really enjoyed it. So it's one of those things where like this is, you know, again, like built on a very solid foundation, and I like what they've done with the combat. I think it's interesting. Like initially, you know, like I like modern guns, but so I was concerned that like, you know, spear fighting and bow and arrows and all this stuff was just going to be super boring. And there's not a ton of variety there, but they've made it look good and messed up in a way that throwing a fucking spear through someone's face should. So it's like kind of fun in that way to just like someone's running up at you and readying their bow and trying to shoot, and you're just like, and just fire a spear through their stupid face and laugh maniacally. That's been pretty good. So let's see. We've got this is the mission we just picked up to get that bone dust. Should we take on an actual mission?
Get the dust.
Get that dust?
Yeah, might as well.
All right. Let's get that dust, and then we'll call it.
Kind of got me wanting to play Blood Dragon now.
Blood Dragon's fun, and it's the right length. I actually feel like if this game, if these concepts were put into a tighter package, and you know, priced appropriate accordingly, that would be pretty cool. Whereas this kind of, it's a lot. Which, you know, I think that's gonna, you know, different people will feel differently about that based on how much of the other Far Cry games they've played and all that sort of stuff.
Like if you've never played any of those, this could be amazing.
But at the same time, if you've never played any of those, I would absolutely still just recommend Far Cry 4.
Sure.
Or even, maybe even 3.
Oh, 3. God damn it.
So good.
Yeah. Still very conflicted about that game, though.
It's the story stuff there, though.
The story was such a letdown in the end. After it seemed...
So I guess maybe it is that 4 is the better game.
Yeah.
You know, especially if you are... Well, where the fuck am I going? Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
God, remember that opening cutscene of 3?
Yeah.
Man.
It was good.
I had part of it maybe was my own expectation. I had so convinced myself up to about maybe halfway through the game that they were ultimately going to treat the protagonists as the bad guys ultimately. You know?
Yeah.
Or like just like they were setting it up to as if to say, look at these awful people and their like Western excess.
That would have been a better game.
And it did not go that way at all.
Okay. Let's keep moving here. What is this thing below me or is it up? Did I just like run all the way around to run up that hill only to just fall down it again and make the same fucking mistake? Or are we headed anywhere? Yeah, I totally did. Maybe this will be a better way to come at it.
Is a mammoth the only thing you can ride?
No, you can eventually ride bears and stuff too. That's just a later upgrade. The spears aren't actually my most devastating weapon. Actually, my one-handed club is, just because of how I've upgraded. Like the two-hand club, you'd think would always be better, but that is not the case at this moment. What are these guys doing?
Man. You don't have the multi-takedown upgrade yet,
I do,
huh?
but for whatever reason it didn't show up there. I don't have chain takedown, but I have like the throw, like takedown and then throw.
Yeah.
But since that second one person wasn't like a combat enemy.
God, these skills really just... they're all here.
Yeah, yes. And there are heavies that, you know, that you can't take down until you buy the heavy upgrade, you know.
Right. Bird should have been a little more concerned.
Yeah, maybe.
So looting animals just turn straight into meat?
Yeah.
Okay.
And hides and the specific skins of the animal. What we got over here? You know, this would be easier if I just said, "Hey, you're the faster member of this team. Go." Or at least, yeah, fight me, man.
Oh boy.
Not a problem.
Jeez.
Generally, enemies, one or two of them, totally not an issue. Like, this game's been actually really easy.
Huh.
The only times I've died have been when I've been trying to, like, really stay stealthy. Wait, was that some kind of fancy rare animal? Oh, shit. All right, you take that one.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna try to do this. What do you got? What do you got? What do you got? Yeah. Oh no! I haven't unlocked the skills needed to heal to tame this thing.
Oh.
So we're gonna fill it full of fucking spears.
Jesus. Well, okay.
And the awesome thing is, like, you actually can kind of pick up spears from an enemy while you're fighting it. Like, if you just stand near enough to the spear, you'll get it back mid-fight.
Oh, you don't have to like
No.
line up the reticle and hit a button or anything?
No. So a lot of those cases. Oh wait, did you get that other dude? Where'd he go?
It was down in this direction.
Yeah.
It's the right. Can you like ping?
No, but you'll see an X on your mini map.
Uhara.
Oh well.
Was that like the first of that type of bear you've seen or something? Like first chance to tame one?
No, it turned out that was a rare bear.
Oh, okay. Whoa!
Yeah, see?
Jeez.
See? Like, that's pretty good!
Ooh.
Right
God,
through his fucking eye!
Right in the eye socket.
I want to say that maybe I'm just lucky, but it really feels like the game is biased to having spears sticking out of people's eye holes. Because I feel like I've been doing that a lot.
Jesus. Also, your cast just like
Just-
pulling chunks of meat off the guy.
Yeah. Eat his head!
Good Lord.
Alright, let's go do what we were gonna do.
Bone dust.
Bone dust. Tag the Udam healer who makes the bone dust that Da needs. That's a weird mission objective, but okay. Let's go looking around.
Is this the only way to tag, guys?
So my cat tags.
Can you not just like zoom in on a guy and have it tag anymore?
No.
Weird. Weird.
Tail the healer to find the bone dust. Okay. Let's,
I wonder if you can tail him with the owl.
If the owl gets far enough away, it eventually, you know, the signal doesn't transmit back from your drone. So
Yes, of course. Oh God, Far Cry 5 is just going to have a drone in it, isn't it? Assuming like just their cumulative approach to
maybe
mechanics design, right? Like the owl will have to pop up in 5.
No, don't see me. No one's gonna see me.
Oh.
Find and take the bone dust. All right, well, whatever. We made it.
Cool.
Fuck everybody.
Yep. Get the dust.
Fuck you too. Oh God. So that's like there are guys with like these poison grenades, which those guys are fuckers. That's what killed me when I was trying to take outposts and stuff like that. Those guys are just dicks. Oh, my cat's getting ripped up out there. Kitty. Oh, I didn't realize this was going to be outpost rules. So we need to find some bone dust here. It looks like there are a few different huts that are highlighted. Y'all got that dust? There's it. Nope.
Yeah, I remember a mission exactly like this before, I think. Where you'd have to run around searching different things until you found the right one. What is that green aura, like aura?
That's the poison. These guys are throwing you.
Whoa! What's that?
Doesn't matter.
They had an icon.
Well. But yeah, I mean, you get so much meat, and you do have that primitive heal as well. That, like, as long as you have time to pull off the healing animation, you can last in combat a really long time.
Yeah.
You know, so the game's really just, you know, I only have 4 of the 6 possible health bars that you get, and it's really not been a problem.
Well, they've taken out the gunfire, which was like, you know, being pelted with bullets by like 5 different guys is what always ended up killing me.
Sure,
in,
yeah.
in the other games, so.
Y'all got that bone dust? I mean, the trick's on them, because I actually really want North Clay as well.
Okay.
Not quite.
All right, out of my way. Wait, why is that? Okay, is there like a second search point in here that I'm... This one is still lit up.
Have they been blinking off when you...
Yeah, I think so. Oh, maybe not.
Oh.
Oh. Okay, well, there's that one up there, so let's go up there. Wait, why did that disappear? There's a smoking something. No, that's just gonna set my club on fire. It's not really. If you leave these things burning, they'll eventually
Just like fall apart.
Yeah. Pardon me, sir. Do you have the bone dust? No?
So,
Y'all got that bone dust?
oh, it's got to be in one of these.
Yeah, I mean,
There's
there
only
were
like
really
four
only
of them highlighted.
4 of them, so.
I feel like you've been in all of them.
Yeah, but I was only looking for one search point per hut before, and it looks like there's, yeah.
That looks like, nope.
No, okay, it's just more of that clay. What about over here?
Okay.
This is the one I've maybe already searched. I don't know. There's been some weird stuff where, like, sometimes it's hard to get the pet icon to show up. Like, depending on what we see, it's like kind of fidgety. All right, let's just.
So these guys are just going to keep spawning
I wonder.
until you find the dust.
Maybe they were never really there because of me being on said dust. Are you bone dust?
That looks like a thing to search. Or did you already search that one?
No, because you see, now that I'm getting them all, they are starting to disappear from the map. So I just.
This is kind of a tedious mission objective.
You know, they've kind of a lot of them have been. Like, yeah, the mission design has not been amazing. That guy's pissed out there, whoever he is.
All right, I think you're down to your last hut.
So many dead people.
Got to be the one. Process of elimination.
Pardon me. I'm looking for that dust. Hey!
Hey, what do you know? Or maybe it was just always going to be the last hut.
Yeah. All right, you. Meet. Good murdering, cat friend. Yeah. Some quality murdering. Let's get out of here. Okay.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That was a mission.
Yeah, that was a mission. I don't even have to take the bone dust back to him and watch him like rub it in his head wound or whatever he's gonna do with it. So Beast Rider, yeah, I can ride saber-tooth tiger, brown bear, blood fang, saber-tooth. But some of these have just, you know, like I'm deliberately not speccing in this direction because I never eat food,
Right.
or use any of the medicine or whatever, any of the potions.
Are those the equivalent of like the syringes from 4?
Yeah, syringes. That's
I
yes.
used the hunting syringe constantly in 4 because you didn't have to tag anything; it just did it for you.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Just pop one right before you go in an outpost, and it just makes it dead simple. I kind of want you to go back to your town and see if that dude has another cutscene.
All right. Yeah.
Maybe he'll have the next mission, and you can see what the resolution of the Bone Dust saga is.
Yeah, maybe. Let's.
Seems like a good way to go out.
Let's just spend this on the. Now I can ride more stuff, I guess. But I have to be able to tame it, which I actually don't have unlocked. Oh well. Yeah, let's go back to Bone Dust headquarters.
I wonder how this will do, how people will take to it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like if people are ready for more Far Cry yet or not.
Yeah, there are a lot of different factors. I mean, like I was saying, you know, if you've played all the Far Cry there is to play so far, I feel like this may be a little much. Oh yeah?
It's not quite as dramatic as I was hoping for.
Yeah. All right, he's done animating.
Yep. All right, well, Doc can rest now, and so can we.
Yeah, we can. That's Far Cry Primal. Yeah. Thanks, Brad.
Yeah, sure.
See ya.